Then I had the thought to make a video to talk about this, to express myself, to be vulnerable, to talk about my finances, to talk about energy levels, to talk about mental health and what I do to get better. Today is October 10th, and funny enough, it's actually Mental Health Day, which is the irony of it all. Because today I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling low, a little depressed. I was worrying and stressing about money, which I'm sure a lot of people are, to be honest. I'm sure this is highly relatable, to be honest. I've been working, been saving. It seems like I'm never making enough, which is wild because I'm making a good amount. There's a butterfly right now. It's beautiful. It's such a struggle to make more so I can save more. And it seems like such a struggle to work on like my side hobbies and passions. So the side hobby can be the main source of income, That's really the goal, to be happy while making money, or for making money to be an enjoyable process. And me even making this video right now, this is just pure passion. Like, this is my dream, to travel the world while making videos, to be talking about spiritual stuff, philosophical things, to be doing book reviews, to be making travel vlogs where I'm like in Bali one week, in France another week, to be living a very luxurious life. Like a very rich life. That is my dream. But it's like when I do get a job, it seems like such a struggle to maintain enthusiasm and to maintain a good energy level to then work on this in my spare time when I'm off work or on a day off, But it's like when I do get those moments of leisure or those days off, it's like I'm just trying to recuperate from all the work that I was doing. So it's like an endless cycle. It's like I try, but I just can't sustain energy levels while working at a job. And I really want a job to where it doesn't drain me, but instead like fulfills me or fills me up. And that's why I feel like making videos, like these videos, editing, scripting, writing ideas, like that's what I care about, and that's what gives me energy. Being in nature gives me energy. But like working at businesses, I still haven't found that job to where I could balance my passion and work life, or to balance the energy levels of having energy for work, but also having energy for my passion for these videos, It's a challenge. It's quite a challenge, a conundrum, you could say. But I'm in the midst of that right now, and that's why I was feeling low. We're moving soon, in like two months, and we don't have an apartment lined up. Our credit is pretty bad. I did have really good credit, but it dropped this year, the beginning of this year. It dropped so bad, I wasn't able to make payments on my credit cards because I didn't have a job at the time. So I wasn't making money to make the payments. I was having car troubles, and I wanted to work on my businesses, like my creative pursuits, full time. So my boyfriend was working while I was staying at home, studying, practicing, doing graphic design, doing social media management, video editing, filming, taking pictures, editing pictures, going inside businesses, creating business cards, passing out my business cards. But it didn't pick up. And the time where I got to that point where I was like actively going inside businesses, talking to them, giving them my business cards, that's when we really needed money. Like we were really broke. So I had to get a job. So I went to a temp service, got a job as an overnight stalker. And like my creative pursuits, they took a pause, because I was tired getting off work, man. But yeah, so we don't have an apartment lined up yet. Our credit's pretty bad. We don't have that much saved up. And yeah, we don't know if they're gonna accept us. So that's scary, to not have a home lined up in 2 months. We don't know where we're gonna live in 2 months. Hopefully these apartment places show mercy to us, Goddamn. But yeah, that's what was making me feel down. And what's funny, when I was feeling so down, like I normally watch videos and it makes me feel better. But I was watching videos and it was just making me feel worse. So I was like, man, let me just go take a ride. Let me go drive around somewhere. Let me go to a park real quick, you know? So I drove around like these fancy houses in this mansion neighborhood, you know? That always inspires me and gives me energy because I want that. I want that life, having a mansion, not worrying about like finances, just doing my passions, like, and just being happy, you know? Traveling the world, being able to go in the backyard, you know what I'm saying? Just meditate for a little bit, you know? Write something down, you know, read, take videos, take pictures. Like, man, that's the dream. That's the dream. But I still was feeling low after that drive, but I felt it was getting a little bit better. And then I went to Starbucks and got a coffee. And for some reason, these Starbucks coffees, like I think they changed my body chemistry, my brain chemistry or something, because after buying a coffee, like, I feel so happy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Starbucks coffees, or just buying things that just make you feel better, like lift your spirits so much. It's interesting. It's interesting how that is and why that is. It does seem like a temporary fix, but shit, it works. But yeah, then I went back home. I gave my boyfriend, his coffee too. I got him a caramel frappuccino, you know. Came back to the house, spent some time with him, talked to him for a little bit. And then I packed up my camera gear and drove out here. As I was driving here though, after drinking the coffee, feeling much better, I was thinking, like, when I was feeling so down, the thoughts of hope and positivity, like, they weren't even nowhere near my vicinity, my thought pattern at all. I wasn't thinking about that. And it's like any positivity that was being thrown my way, it's like I wasn't hearing that. Like I wasn't relating to that. And I was just thinking, man, I wish things were better. I wish I had this house, you know? Like, I wish I had money. I wish I had an audience. Like, I wish I could make a living being a content creator. Like, I wish. And then I had the thought to make a video to talk about this, to express myself, to be vulnerable, to talk about my finances, to talk about energy levels, to talk about mental health and what I do to get better, or the things that I try to get better. So, first thing on that list is to get coffee or to buy something, goddamn. But if you don't have the money, or if you can't do that, then I would recommend crying. Crying is always helpful. For some reason, every time I get a good cry in afterwards, I feel so light. And I feel like I have a different vision or a different perspective. Things don't seem as bad after a good cry. I also like to watch videos about like people recounting their near-death experiences. And I love how they always come back with a nugget of wisdom, or with a new realization, or a new perspective, a new lesson, you know? And they bring it back, and then they share it in these videos when they talk about their near-death experiences, which is so interesting. But it's like, by listening to spiritual things, like, you could access that higher vibration, like that bird's eye view of the world of life, and you see how we're here to enjoy life. We're here to experience this life in a beautiful way, and with appreciation and love and passion. And we should follow our dreams, and we should be kind to people and be kind to ourselves, and we should think happy thoughts. And also, if we don't feel too happy, we should also allow ourselves to experience that emotion and let it flow out. You know, if you're angry and you wanna punch something, you know, to release that anger, then get a punch bag or something. Like, goddamn, go to the gym, you know, work out, like, get that aggression out. Or if you want to talk about it, you could set up your camera phone and like express yourself without the fear of somebody judging you, or without having to talk to someone directly in fear that you may give this negative energy to them by you expressing yourself, that they'll be an empath and just suck up all that negative ass energy. Without having that fear, you could just set up the camera, like vent, express yourself, and that should make you feel better. It typically does when people express themselves. You could journal something out. You could listen to music, angry ass music. And through that validation of what you're feeling, through validating yourself by relating to others that feel the exact same way, that can help you get up out of that lower vibration, that lower energy, you know? It's like all we need is validation a lot of the times, or just feel understood, feel heard, feel like somebody relates to us, you know? A lot of times we don't want to listen to somebody if we don't feel like they understand us, or if they can even relate. It's like I'm talking to the wrong person. If you've never been through what I've been through, how can you tell me what to do if you never experienced what I've experienced? It's pretty normal to think like that, you know? What else? I also listen to the spiritual podcast. It is by Sikarskie. She is a Reiki healer, a channeler, basically like this spiritual being that is able to channel messages from angels, from spirit guides, from the council, from star races, star beings. She's able to communicate with them through her body as a channel. And on this podcast, she gives readings through Zoom calls. And the people that she's giving readings for, they give her permission, of course, to post it online on YouTube. It's very informative. I learned a lot from each episode, from each podcast. And I'm so grateful for her even making this a video and posting it, because it's so relatable to the people she's giving readings to. Like, I can relate to, I would say, everyone that she did on that podcast. And I learned something. And it also makes me feel less alone. Or if I'm going through something and to hear somebody else going through the same thing, it helps me feel better for some reason. To relate to other humans, like, it's therapeutic. Especially to a lonely ass soul, like a big loner, big introvert, you know? It's like the only time I feel at peace or at home is being in nature, being outside, alone, away from humans. But I love being around animals, dragonflies, birds, squirrels, plants, trees. Like, that's what I love, and that's where I feel most comfortable. So I don't really talk to humans a lot. I don't feel like I relate to a lot of people. I often feel misunderstood, and yeah, it may be just me, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's okay for me to be how I naturally am. I'm naturally introverted. I'm naturally happy, and it feels like I get more drained by being around people than when I'm not around them. So it's very rare when I don't feel drained around people or somebody. So, yeah. What else? Listening to Hertz music as well helps me too. Listening to singing bowls, and also doing mantras, and like doing toning, being like, like that vibration, that sound. It's crazy how it helps the nervous system and like the human body. Humans have been doing this for, I would say, centuries, like a long ass time. Buddhists, monks, you know what I'm saying? Spiritual practitioners. They've been doing this, and they've been practicing this, and they've been anchoring in that energy on planet Earth to where other humans can tap into that same energy just by making those sounds. Going for a walk, moving your body, it's interesting how things passing by your peripheral vision in your eyes, how it can naturally calm your nervous system, which is really cool. Like, they've been doing scientific studies on this, on how to lower anxiety levels and cortisol levels. And it's interesting how exercising, moving your body, going for a walk, seeing sunlight, having sunlight hit your face for at least 10 minutes, taking vitamin D supplements, and drinking water, eating fruits, that will dramatically improve your mental health and your nervous system, which is interesting, you know, I find. I learned that on the Huberman podcast. He's a neuroscientist, and he teaches at Harvard, I believe, and he also shares his knowledge on YouTube with his YouTube videos on his podcast. And he's done interviews with like Joe Rogan, with other people too. They were very well made interviews. Very good. I can link some in there in the description so y'all can find them too. Everything that I mentioned, I'm gonna put links in down below. So if you want to find those, check them out, you know? I believe that's the end of the video. All right though, well, I'm gonna get going. We got some more meditation. I'm about to meditate out here with the trees, I'm about to film some B-roll too with the camera, with the gimbal, you know what I'm saying, on the Fujifilm. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get going. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye, y'all.